how are you? And how are your travels? Oh gosh. So this week's a little bit different. I have not gone on any adventures. My adventure buddy has been out of town. He went to Maine to visit his older brother, my oldest son. So he's been in Portland, Maine, doing his own adventuring without me, which is, gosh, so exciting for him because he's taken tons of photos and having a very good time. He got to go out on the lobster boat for a day because my oldest son is a lobster fisherman up in Portland. And so he took photos out there. And now I think last I saw they were loading up their little boat and going to go camping on an island. So he's having a ton of fun. And I wish he was taking video so I could have another adventure video for you. But alas, you get me to it this week. And I wanted to just share a few of my favorite things for camping and just kind of, let's just chat. Let's grab a cup of coffee and hang out. So I have a short list, so it's not going to be a very long video this week. But these are kind of a few things that we ended up getting as we progressed in our travels, little things that came up that were like, oh, this would be something that'd be really nice. Now, mind you, we're in a very small trailer. We have a Grand Design Imagine 19 RLE, which means I think it's only 21 feet long. And it has a Murphy bed. So we don't have a lot of space. I have a lot of storage space around the top over the dining room dinette. And we have two little closets, but the basement space is not very big. And I have a small cabinet with some shelves in the bathroom, which I don't know why they make the shelves without cabinet covers on them because all I can put in there is towels. I digress. So speaking of the bathroom, one of my favorite things has been my little toothbrush rack, and I'll link that below and show a photo. It actually, I think I stuck it on the wall with command strips. Another favorite, share that in a second. And it keeps the toothbrushes and the toothpaste off the counter, and it also gives a little spot to put a cup upside down for storage. So it just is really nice to keep everything off the counter because literally my counter space is like this big. Like there is no counter space in there. And so having clutter, it just doesn't work for me. So that is what I have in the bathroom for those. Another thing about the command strips, it's attached to the wall with command strips. And I also have photos, not photos, they're framed things. Like Hobby Lobby is my favorite place, right? And they have the cutest little wood framed photos or sayings or whatever. Like I have got the days spent camping or the best days, or always take the scenic route, those types of things. So I use those command strips to hang those up. And I can tell you, they have never fallen off the wall. And we just towed the trailer from North Idaho to Nashville. Lots of drama on that trip because it was in February when we were having like the sub-zero temperatures across the country. Yeah, that week, that was us driving with the trailer. It took us 7 days and nothing fell off the walls. So those command strips are great. And then the command hooks, of course, I use those to hang towels in the bathroom. We use them to hang keys by the door. I have some little fairy lights, I guess you would call them, up on the back window, and I use command strips for that, and they work great. And again, they don't fall off when we travel, so that's been really a great asset. And I think I probably learned that in a Facebook group too. My coffee pot, we don't have a traditional like Mr. Coffee pot. We have a I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, where you pour the water in and it like compresses the coffee. We have an insulated one, so it's been really great for keeping the coffee hot throughout the morning, so we don't have to gulp it down. We have, a cup first thing, and then we are able to have a cup a little bit later, and the coffee stays really warm. Again, I'll probably link that down below, and I think I probably got that on Amazon too. Most of the things we buy on Amazon just because of the convenience, and it keeps me from spending too much money by going into the store. Like Camping World, oh my word. I would spend way too much money if I went into Camping World. Another item that we have that has been pretty useful when you have full hookups. Now, you wouldn't use this when you're doing the dump station, obviously, but when you have full hookups, I call it the Stinky Slinky Rack. I don't know what the official name for it is, and I got the Stinky Slinky name from KYD, which I think we probably all call it that now. It's a rack that you put the Stinky Slinky on. It keeps it off the ground, which most RV parks I think want you to not have your Stinky Slinky on the ground. And it is a graduated, like you can adjust it so that it graduates into, like, gradually goes down into the hole. So it makes it easier to, do the thing. So that's something that you're probably going to want to invest in. And again, we didn't get all of these things right away. I do feel like we were spending a ton of money in the very beginning, just getting the little things like the wheel chocks, which please don't buy the ones at Walmart. I will, again, with the wheel chocks, share the link of the ones that I recommend, because those ones from Walmart, the ones from Walmart are cheap and break. And I think we probably went through 2 or 3 sets of those before we finally said, you know what, we just need to invest in the good ones and call it good. And it's funny because my mom always used to say, you can't afford to buy cheap, because when you buy cheap, you have to replace it. Where if you spend the extra money and get the good stuff to begin with, then you don't have a problem. And so we've learned our lesson on that one. So I'll link those to the chocks down below. And I can't, again, remember the names of those. And the chocks that you put under wheels, and then the things that you drive the trailer up onto, the leveling blocks. That's another thing I'll link below. Just items that you're going to need and you want to have quality, right? And again, Facebook groups are great when you aren't quite sure what to get. You can ask around. The KYD Insiders group is really good for that. They're such a helpful group. No drama. You do have to be an insider to be part of that, but it's totally worth it. And then I'm trying to think of some other, I think that's probably the only RV group that I'm part of now that is drama free. It's kind of a thing. And you can Google, and there's going to be lots of blog posts. You can look on YouTube. There's going to be lots of YouTube channels that are going to help you too. So just a little bit of tidbit of information on that. So anyway, I hope this helps a little bit. It's short and sweet this week. I just wanted to be able to share some of my favorites in case you're getting going on your RVing. Because yeah, it was other RVers out there that helped me get going, and I want to be able to help you get going, because RVing has been so fun and it's so wonderful for our family. Sadly, this summer we aren't going to be doing much because we've moved to Tennessee and we missed the reservation window for a lot of the campgrounds in the area, and everything's really full. And then I'm thinking that we don't want to camp in August because it's the humidity is so high here. But we will be at the Grand Design Rally in Indiana at the end of August, so beginning of September. So if you're going to be at that, drop a comment below because I want to meet you. That'd be totally fun to meet up. Anyway, I hope this helps. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week with a little bit of the what's to come for the summer with car camping. My son and I are going to take a trip to Idaho in the car and car camp. I guess it's a thing. Who knew? Like, people that don't want to tow their trailers, they just build beds in their cars and SUVs and travel the country that way. And it's going to be kind of an adventure because I'm doing it with my son. But it's going to be lots of fun. We're going to have lots of content and adventures. And I'm going to share how we built the bed and some of the tips that I've learned on how to keep it so that we're safe, which I'm not too concerned about the safety part, but keeping the bugs out and still sleeping in the car. I've got some fun things that I found and learned along the way. So have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.